Hey, I hope everybody's doing well today. We'll get going here in just a moment. Getting some last minute preparations done. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the view. Guitar is it's in tune. This thing's hard to play. So, I know you can't see me, but can you name that chord? I wonder how great your ear is trained. Tim, welcome. Zach, it's good to see you. Let's see, and Preston, hello. I'm here at the shop by myself, so I had some help, and he's gone for the moment. So I've got folks coming in that I need to help, so forgive me if I'm not paying attention. What's the name of that chord? How we doing today, man?
Good.
Wonderful. What can we do for you?
Oh, I was in about that receiver here. I don't know how long it's been now. A couple weeks ago, but Mike ordered me a remote for it.
Oh yes,
I was
yes.
wondering if you guys might have got it or not. I
think we did. Let me. Oh, those parts are here. All right. Okay, I'll give them a call. Yep. It's Anthony. Smith? Yeah. Sony.
I couldn't tell you what the product number was.
Yeah, we ordered it on the 14th. That's not right.
He said it was going to be 2 weeks out. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, and it hasn't gotten here yet.
Okay.
We got it out.
That's fine.
Is that receiver working today?
It works. My smart TV remote can program itself and stuff. I don't program that from it to that. It's not on this list.
Yeah, and the only other thing I could think of to do would have been to get a program.
Well, if I could get the phone numbers to that receiver.
As soon as we get it, we will call you, man. Just have
Also, small powered sub.
PSW 8 over here.
Don't need anything fancy, just
These guys are gonna run you about $150. What's that?
Take that one and
They tried this one.
They did? Okay.
We ordered him one.
Mike ordered one.
Okay.
I can wait. It's not a big deal.
I figured if they hadn't tried this one, you could take it.
I think he tried that one.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have an 8-inch sub, and anything bigger than that's probably going to be a bit much. I do have this Yamaha that appears to me to be an 8. I'm not familiar with this one. Let's look this one up and I can get you a number on that one also. SW050. Guys, I'm sorry. I just got started, I know, and I'm not ignoring you. I thought I'd have help here today, but I don't. So.
Well, I can worry about that. Hey, man. I can worry about that sub when you get the remote.
Yeah, okay. Let me look that up. Let me look that up for you, though. That one. That is a 10-inch sub. It's a power sub, so you've got to be able to get a line level into it. I don't know if that receiver that you purchased has a line level out. It does have an RCA out, so that one would do the trick. That one's going to run you about $250. You typically would have an 8-inch sub. It's going to run you in the neighborhood of about 150. I need to get one of those in here.
Well, like I said, it's not a big deal. I don't have to have the sub. The speakers all work fine. It's not a nice back sub.
It would make the speakers.
But whenever you get the remote, all
yeah, and I'm gonna order that. I'll order that sub immediately and get it in here. We must have sold it like yesterday or the day before. We usually have. And they're a little bit more. They're a bit more affordable.
Okay.
They'll definitely fill up that hole and give us an opportunity to get that in.
Well, I'll just wait for a phone call then. We're just not running in. So.
Oh yeah, it said 2 weeks, and that was ordered on the 14th. So tomorrow's
about
2
2
weeks,
weeks.
so it could be tomorrow. We just
Well, I know how shipping is, so I'm not concerned.
Yeah.
Just out driving around, so.
Yeah. All right, brother. Oh boy, there's trouble.
I am not I haven't been in trouble in so long. Now even I don't.
Right. And it seems to never fail that the moment I start a live stream, I get left by myself. I'm sorry, you guys, for ignoring you. I'd like to keep my live streams lively, but when I'm at work, I can't always do that. So welcome to the stream. I apologize about leaving you all alone there like that with no music and no nothing. Let's see if anybody gave me a guess on the name of that chord. Let's see. Would you take a sponsor if they said they would give you a new studio and equipment for 20% of anything you make from the channel? No. Absolutely not. What happens when you have a viral video that you get one video that gives you, you know, $30,000 and they get 20% of that for running 2 ads? And it can happen, and it has happened. So, no. Hello. Feisty. They all live. They're neighbors. And a couple of them, actually, one of them is my ex-wife, but you would probably not know which one. So what we've got here today, and I'm going to just get started on this thing. I'm probably only going to spend about, maybe I'm going to try and keep this down to an hour-long video. But, well, and before I do that, I'm going to point the camera. Well, maybe I will. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to point the camera up here so you can't see my hands. And again, I'm just curious how well trained your ears are. What's the name of that chord? Anybody? I don't know if I can do a better job of cluing you in. Anybody? How's your ear? We Diminished, add 9. That's a great name. That might be a difficult chord. B over F. So there's your diminished interval. Add 9. And let me see. I need to get an A. Yeah, here we go. B over F. There's your B over F. Add 9. Diminished. E minor 7. That's close. There it is. Sound a little bit like a Joe Satriani tune, maybe. It's an E5 chord with an augmented fourth, actually, which you could name that a lot of different things. I suppose diminished would be a close one. Yeah. There was a video up. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah. I'd be careful, Pole Vault. I don't know how big your channel is. I mean, nobody makes very much money on YouTube. There's this percentage of YouTube channels that make any money at all. In 10 years, I've made $42.
Well, I just need to PV 10-bit, the 10 input.
Yes.
I got from over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PV 10BT mixing board.
Yes.
I just need a power supply.
That has a transformer on it. Did you buy one without a power supply?
No.
You lost it.
Someone got rid of my stuff, and a cord was in it, and
okay. Okay. Let me look that up for you real quick, because I'm probably gonna have to order one of those.
I did call a while ago, so whether it was in then or not, I don't remember. It probably had to be ordered anyway.
Yeah. If nobody ordered it for you, I couldn't tell you who may have taken the call. I don't recall taking that call for you, man.
I don't remember who it was. It was a while ago. I just wanted to stop in.
Let me see. Let me try this 10BT. I want to see if I can get one here quickly for you. There it is. Yeah, and it's a 15-volt power supply. Specifically, we've got to get you the PV version of that. And it looks like, let's see, I could get it here. It's going to take, gosh, shipping on that one's going to take a little bit. Might take 5 days to get it. That's what you need right there. If you would like me to order that for you, I will certainly do it. We're gonna have to mark it up a little bit, but
To see a picture.
you can see what I'm gonna have to pay for it right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not something that I have in stock.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
no, that's fine. I was
things.
just trying to match the product. It looks a little different than what I think.
It's a 15-volt power supply. I've sold I don't know how many of those. That's exactly what they are.
It sucks that I lost the original one. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, those things, that sucks. And I'm sorry that happened. But,
well, yeah, you know.
I mean, I have other mixing boards in stock here, and I suppose.
I mean,
let me give me a second. Let me see if I can make something good happen here for you. I want to see how many boards I've got.
And I just want to see, the power supply. I don't know if you have the 10.
can't remember if it looked like a computer charging port or I think it was.
This is the power supply port. It's a 15 volt. They all have the same power supply. You've got to go through this transformer. So that'll plug into the wall. That'll plug into the back of that.
No, I know where they're at. They're not on the floor somewhere where I can't find them. Well, that works. Thank you. See you later. See you later.
Because I thought it said like that, it said fuse on it. It just said lost.
They may have changed the.
I know. I just like keeping things original, and I tried to track it down.
The most important part of it is this end of this big input. This definitely 100% will hit that. Will fit that.
Right.
And being 15 volt.
Hello. What can we do for you? I'm looking for a new car stereo. All right. What kind of car?
Well, it's actually a 2012 Dodge Ram.
Well, I can go with that if you hold on.
Okay, you want to, now, do you have a
Yeah, I got
3-prong? You got computer cable?
computer cable.
Any of them you got? All right.
Yep.
Let's see you with this one. Cool. Problem solved.
Yeah, it's good.
I guarantee you that will fix. There's no question. You know, I mean, yeah, it's pretty amazing. And that's less than one. These things get substituted. Okay. You know, when somebody loses a power supply for a darn mixer, boy, you got to make something good happen. That's why I'm here, and that's why I love my job. Let's see. Yeah, we made something good happen there. All right. And of course, the moment I start myself, we're going to get very busy here at the shop. John, what's happening?
Those are, Kim, since we didn't have any contracts, Kim had loss of rental income insurance. And they wanted to see some sort of paperwork proving that he had creditors, so he's wanting everybody involved. He said that he doesn't know what all our losses are. Actually, he said that, no, not possibly. He told me that wasn't the plan. He said when he gets his insurance payout, I'll be uninsured.
You ready to roll there, brother?
All right. So,
Not much. How are you doing?
me and Groovy. Because Groovy is the guy who doesn't play an instrument. Because Groovy is the guy who doesn't play an instrument.
Oh.
Can be.
Well, you can't be groovy.
I mean, instrument Groovy's there, but non-instrument Groovy's there. I did play trumpet for a while, so I might get a centimeter to
Yeah,
the left.
you count honorary groovy.
I'm afraid my embouchure is less these days. My lips will probably come out the bell.
Maybe a 3-prong power supply. I'll be happy to get that.
No, that's better than nothing, I guess. Maybe it's not.
Not the same. So what is CD for me on this?
There's an X towards the back. I can leave it with you.
So that is sort of a basic single din. That's sort of a basic double din.
Okay.
What kind of do you have an iPhone?
I'll just swing back here.
I
I'm
just
gonna
have
take this
an
up
Android.
tomorrow.
Okay. Well, Androids do the Android Auto.
Yes.
So
Okay.
And then I'll just.
either way, we also have some that aren't touchscreen if you don't want touchscreen ones.
Yeah, I expect
Some of these like this are just like Bluetooth decks. That's a pretty good deck. Those are both pretty good decks. They don't have a CD player if you don't care about a CD player, but they do Bluetooth and all that sort of stuff. Or this is like a non-touch screen double din. That's sort of the same size as the one that's coming out of there. And then you'll have.
So do you have something that has like a CD player in it?
Yeah. Do you want to see? This one has a CD player.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Absolutely. We got lots of CD players. Like let's see. This one.
All right. Thanks y'all for hanging in there.
This one. This one doesn't.
Let's see.
This one. So about half of them.
Okay.
So would that one link to my phone?
Which? This or this?
That one.
This one will do, or this one? Yes, they will all be done.
So, still dealing with stuff from my home being burned down.
Right there, but they are not. They're pretty.
Oh, Feisty, that'd be cool to see you with a YouTube channel.
About $1,200.
Cool. All right, so let's get into my broadcast here. I'm gonna try and pay a little bit of attention to the chat today, but so what I've got is a late 60s, early 70s Gibson J-40 with this going on.
Like this side would probably be less.
The binding is cracked all the way through right here, right here, right here. So there's the binding is literally just falling off of this instrument, and you can see obviously there's a big huge crack here that needs to be fixed. The top has had an entire strip replaced in this instrument at some point in its life. So this guitar has obviously been played a lot, and on the back you can see what we're battling on the back of this thing. All right, the binding is just falling off, so we are gonna start removing the binding on this instrument today. Isn't that fun? Yeah, isn't that cool, Hugh? You know the deal with the binding on these. And an old Gibson like this are very sentimental, and it's owned by a gentleman right here that's helping another customer of ours. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bust this out, and we're gonna start knocking the binding off of this thing. And this is something that you don't see very often on the interweb, because it's not something that actually has to be done very often. But you'll probably notice that it's really not that hard to do, and this stuff is just going to chip away very easily, I'm hoping. It looks like some of it might be a little bit more tough to get to break loose than others. And the other thing is that given the fact that this binding was replaced earlier in the life of this guitar, it's very thick and very tall, meaning it's 7 millimeters tall and almost 3 millimeters thick, which is, go ahead and get online and look for binding that's 3 millimeters thick and 7 millimeters tall, and you'll notice that all of them are 2.5 millimeters thick and 6.5 millimeters tall, at least the thickest stuff that we can find. So, given the fact that this thing was repaired and then the binding was replaced at one point in this thing's life, there's a lot of spots on here where there's going to be wood filler, where the binding didn't match up perfectly with the top. And so we're going to have little places on here where I'm going to have to use wood filler again to get the binding put back on it. And this binding is very, it's almost like I'd be better off to go around this thing with a little like chipping hammer and just break it off of the side of this guitar, because it's just crumbling. It breaks into pieces, and I'll show you a little piece of this stuff. This is what the binding looks like, and if you've done any binding work before, this will give you an idea of the thickness of it, which is, you know, and absolutely just falls apart. This stuff is just crumbles. So what I may end up doing is going around this and just tapping it with a hammer. Yeah. So, so what I've decided to do on this guitar, I did speak with the owner of the instrument, or the owner of the guitar, who happens to be the owner of my shop. He was the original owner. His son now owns it. So I've got to do a good job on this. I called my brother-in-law this morning. He's married to my sister, and thus my brother-in-law. He has a wood shop in his back 40. He builds furniture. He's built a couple guitars, builds lamps and things like that. And I told him that I wanted, I asked him, do you know of a shop in Portland, which is not far from here, that can build me some, or make me some wood binding, maple in particular. I want to use maple on this. It's a very easily bendable wood. It takes to bending very nicely. Mahogany tends to break. And given the thickness of this, so in our conversation, John was like, well, I have a planer, and I've got 2 pieces. How long do you need it? 36 inches by 7 millimeters by 2 millimeters, or 2.5 millimeters. And he's like, and I have a thickness planer, or a thickness sander. I'll make it for you. So we're going to keep it in the family and keep our business local, and give my brother-in-law a little project to work on. Not that he doesn't have enough to work on constantly. Anyway, he's a very, very busy man, and my best friend in the whole world. He's going to make the binding for this, so it's kind of cool that that's all going to happen. The developments that have come about in having to work on this project, pretty darn cool. So I'm going to get back to trying to remove. Now, if this starts taking way too long, or if I start running into issues like I can see I'm going to run into right here, we may step away from this, because this is a very, very delicate process to get binding off of an instrument and do the job right. Yeah, I can see right here I'm going to have some issues. We are going to repair this crack, which means I'm going to have to get in here and clean out all the old sweat, DNA, whatever you want to call it, beer, whatever else has gotten in here. Get it down to wood so that I can get wood glue on it and get that glued back on there. But I am going to flip it over. I think I can do a little bit more so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. We're just going to knock some of this off of here. And I am not worried at all about chipping. In fact, I almost feel like I'm better off if the finish on the sides of this does chip a little bit. It'll give me something to blend. This guitar has been, from the binding down, the sides have been refinished. You'll notice that the sides of this, my camera guy's drinking on the job again. The sides of this have been refinished, and the back of it has had finish shot over the top of all of the checkering that's happening on here. So if I do happen to chip a little bit of finish off of this, I am not terribly concerned, because I'm going to have to shoot it with lacquer anyway. And you all probably know, maybe some of you know, what that means. Lacquer is one of the most time-consuming projects you can have when you're doing repair work on a guitar. You can see one of the braces. So if you've never seen stuff like this, hopefully this might shed a light on to why acoustic guitars might be so expensive, because there's a lot of woodwork that goes into one of these. Now, I don't know what alterations have been made to this instrument since its original construction. This has had so much work done on it because it's been treated so badly over its life, that not badly, but just it's had a rough life. And I'm just gonna see here if I can get some of this to break loose. And no, I can't. Boy, this is going to play hard to get. So, as you can see, I have my work cut out for me on this one. The binding just breaks apart like that, so I can't get a hold of it and like pull on it and like break the glue joint. And this might be something that my apprentice will tackle. I may let him tackle this so I can move on to other projects. But yeah, not gonna be a real simple. I thought it might be fairly simple, but I'm wrong. And the fact that it's chipping apart like this, I'm just gonna try something for the sake of trying it. And again, I'm not concerned about doing too much damage to the finish because I'm gonna have to shoot finish on it anyway. And it's checkered, blah blah blah. Let's see the pickguard again. There it is. This is probably a replacement pickguard, and then also it's had the clear pickguard placed on the top here. Otherwise, it would have a hole through the top of it here. So I think this is a replacement, and it's been shot and covered with lacquer. So obviously, this guitar has been worked on a lot. Now, somebody who was looking for a collectible Gibson, look someplace else. This is not the right one. So what I'm gonna try here is I'm gonna try tapping this binding with a hammer, because I'm noticing that it's chipping so easily. I just want to give it a shot. I'm not gonna dent the wood or anything like that. And so I can see that I can tap that binding. We want to do stuff as efficiently as we can, because there ain't a whole lot of money coming in on this project, because this is owned by the shop. So, you know, ultimately we're paying for the work. I just want to see if I can get this stuff to bust loose in this manner, and it looks almost like I can. Now, I know I look like a bull in a china shop just going at this with a razor blade, and I need a new blade on here. I'm going to swap this one out. And actually, you know what? The other thing I'm going to do, and this is probably smart, you guys might... Oh, do I have one? Oh, yeah, yes, I do. I got a whole bunch of them. And I need to refill blade tube. So what I'm going to do is, rather than use a scalpel blade, come on out of there, I'm going to use a curved blade. This might help me get in and under that binding a little more easily. Yeah. Does it sound like a G chord? Very nice. See, I can just hit a guitar with a hammer and make music, right? Yeah, boy, this piece right here, this whole piece is going to come out, which is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and so I can see that boy, some of this binding is really stuck, and some of it, I mean, it's just falling apart, which is fine. But as you can see, I've got to go around both the top and the back of this instrument. and get all of the binding off of it. And the new binding is being worked on. It'll get started, I think, tonight. And we're hoping that might be able to get myself to Portland. I got a birthday coming up, and my brother-in-law and I share the same birthday. Date, year, time of day, the whole 9 yards. And we've celebrated our birthday together for a lot of years, but this year I'll be a third wheel. He's got a girl, and I really don't want to do that. So I may stay home this year. I don't want to be a third wheel. So, you know, unless somebody amazing walks into my life, she's going to have to be something pretty special. So I may be able to get to Portland, though, the end of March, and have binding for this instrument. I don't know at this point. But here we go. Let me get you pointed down here at the action. So I'm just tapping my rounded blade under the binding, and look at that, it just chips right off. Now here we go with an issue. God, there's been so many repairs done on this guitar. Okay, so I've got a chip of wood coming out here. And so what I'm also going to have to do is go around here and slice that seam, because I was worried about that happening right there, and it's definitely happening. Yeah. You can just go have a date anyway. I can just... That's interesting that you would say that. You're obviously not a 50-year-old single man. My backwoods in North Carolina uncle used to make motorcycle helmets for little dirt bikes. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, you might get in trouble for that helmet situation. So again, I just thought I'd get on here and briefly kind of show you what I have in store, and I'm gonna get done with this job. Probably gonna take me a month or so to get this thing done. So I thought I'd share a little bit with y'all about what this is. A pretty darn big project to do, and I don't want to just replace portions of this binding. It's got to be all of it. It's all or nothing. And we are at the point of doing it all now. So I can see some major issues that I'm going to have, and some, well, not major, but just issues that I'm going to have. So I thought I'd share, a little bit of what I'm up to today. And I'm going to let you all go. Go over and check out Rick Romanelli. He's playing live right now, I believe. So go to Rick Romanelli, subscribe to his channel. And thanks you all for subscribing. My channel is still growing very slowly. I'm getting more subscribers, so that's cool. Makes me feel good. I must be doing something right. And hopefully you've learned something today. If you end up having to pull some binding off, just a couple of the methods of trying to do that. And this is an odd one. So I want you all to have a wonderful, happy Monday, and I'm going to stick with it. I'll be here until 6 tonight working on this old Gibson, and you'll get to see it when it's all done. Maybe some of the process in between. So have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the delay. No, I'm not sorry. I'm working, right? Peace, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday.